Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a traveler's notebook layout that I titled Pause, and I am scrapping a few photos, and I am working with a digital scrapbook kit, #Moments Adventure by Amber Shaw. So I created in Silhouette this, and this comes with a template that you can use either for traveler's notebooks or any scrapbook layout. You can resize it, make it big, or keep it at the same size and just put it on a 12 by 12 page, whatever you want to do with it. But anyway, so you can check it out on my blog. But here I have designed the page. I clipped the papers to whatever comes with the template. And in Silhouette Studio, and then I print everything, then cut everything. The circles, I use circle dies to give it just a little bit of a pop that the circle dies do so well. And then the paper strips, I ran a card along the edges of each of the papers just to give it a little bit of a distressed look, but it also adds dimension to my page and it makes the papers pop a little better off the page. It makes a big difference to do that. So anyway, here I am arranging everything. I do like pattern papers. That's why I got into scrapbooking in the first place, and I want the pattern papers to be visible. So I'm trying to make everything so that papers are not totally covered up by other papers and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that I pay attention to a lot more in my physical scrapbooking than I used to do in my digital scrapbooking. So here I am still arranging all the papers in the order that they should go. I always have to pay attention that you have to start from the bottom and build your way up, and a lot of times I mess things up and I forget that there was another layer that was supposed to go behind, but in this case I'm actually remembering it for the most part, I think, where things are going. And again, I have these come with Silhouette cut templates. You can use them as a sketch, or you can just go with a Silhouette template, and they come as SVG files. So if you have a different cutting machine, and even if you don't own a cutting machine, you can take the measurements and then rebuild a page this way. All my templates are free, as well as everything else that I share on my blog. In this case, I have word strips that come with this kit. Often I create my own word strips that I also share as freebies on my blog. I print them on heavy cardstock and then trim them apart, and then can use them almost like chipboard pieces on my pages. But here I just printed them on the same paper that I printed all the other elements and papers on, and so here I'm ready to decorate my page. And I'm usually trying to work with a visual triangle, and here are some stamped flowers that I cut from colored paper. It's probably even watercolored paper. I have done that where I watercolor, and then because it just gives my paper a little fun texture, and just the coloring is different than just using solid cardstock papers. And so I am just again trying to create 3 clusters to create that visual triangle, which is a design principle. And so that means I have the flowers and some embellishments with each of these clusters there. And so I ended up not using the 3rd yellow stamped flower there because I had already glued down the other parts, and I felt that was enough and didn't require any more. But here I'm adding the word strips. Actually, these are word strips that I created myself, and they're travel word strips. I have not yet made them available on my blog, though if you watch this later, they might be available at that point. So you'll see. And then here I have this alpha or title, and I used one of my alpha dies. It has a wonderful kind of a wood grain texture to it, so I think it's really great for outdoors types kind of pages, and this one is one where we were hiking and being outside, and so that tells that story there. And then I still have a few more little flowers that I would have to cluster around the page. And then also I have die cut buttons, because I have buttons, real buttons, and I love using buttons, but the problem is they make the pages really bulky, and then they, even though I'm working on heavy duty cardstock here, they kind of warp the paper a lot once I put it together as a book. And to avoid that, I try to keep the designs as flat as possible. So again, here I am just distributing and scattering a couple of flowers throughout the page, so that that is a little fun extra there. And then there is that little paper button, which is a die cut piece, because that keeps my page flat. And here I had that leftover flower that I decided I won't be using. So this is my page done. I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.